Hello guys, welcome to Citizen Sleeper. We have to pay off Dragos' debt, or he will die. Three more cycles. Oh, I did have some pretty shitty rolls, so let's put a 1 in. Ooh, I lied. 4, 4, 4, 5. And that's pretty good. So let's put a 1 in here. Actually, maybe I want to save it for the data stuff. Where's Feng? For Feng, maybe, because I'm pretty sure a 1 is what I need for some of that stuff. What else is there? There's gaming, the Ord exchange that we're gonna need. Cell components as well that I only got a ship mine. Huh. There's this. Let's check. Fang, what does Fang want? I forgot. What does he want? Solheim data. Okay. Two or three. 4 or 2. I'll put a 4. Let's give him the data. Deliver the data to Mr. Fang. Okay, so we got 20 cryo total from that. Progress this. That's very good. Do we need to finish both? That's what I'm wondering. Or is one... Huh. Okay, let's help Dragos. Negative outcome. Fuck! I'm gonna have to use a 4 on this. Yeah, there's not much to spend our dice on right now. I'm missing one node in this thing, the skeletal ring. I'm gonna have to buy some food from here eventually. Either this cycle or the next one. Either, my god. Scrap allowance. Should I buy some scrap? There's the gaming of that thing. We have to buy some drinks here as well. Have to help Dragos. And there's this shipyard stuff. Yeah, I guess let's help Dragos some more. Neutral back in business and plus 10 cryo. Okay, once again we're ahead of the clock. I want to try seeing what happens when you try to game the Ord exchange. Let's put it on this. Plus 2 trusted trader. Was that a positive outcome or no? Man, I really wish there was a log for all this stuff. Oh, we got a bunch of money, look. We're at 96 chits. We don't really need to buy any meds for now. My god. Alright. Should I go buy some more of this stuff? Buy some scrap. Because I'm kind of rich, bro. Mm-hmm. Should I just keep buying? Alright. So we can sell some scrap as well. 12 cryo, yeah. We lost some money on that, but that's fine. We got the ship mine fragments, which is good. We have a 4 roll left. Where do I want to spend it? Should I buy a drink? Let's do that towards the end, because I feel like it might lower some stats for the day. But I feel like I'm speaking worse than before, goddamn. I didn't do the vocal warm-ups, so maybe that's why. That might be the reason. A 4 roll, that's a decent roll. We could progress the Drago stuff. We could try to play the Ord exchange again. We could do this, but I don't see the... but we need to do it so this eventually goes away again. Like this goes off again. Because we need to offload stuff. Okay, I see. Do we only need 2 ship fragments or no? I guess we'll have to wait because I don't want to waste dice on this and we don't really need it. Because what I'm thinking is we need the ship mine fragments because once we unlock the Ord, once we complete the trusted trader, we have access to the what is it? The fabricator to create a ship mine core, and this is a fragment. So I'm wondering how many we need. Because if it's only 2, we're kind of done with this for now. So we don't need to like invest dice into this. But if we need more, we're gonna have to send it out. You know. 444, huh? I guess I'm gonna just Dragos, I guess. Negative outcome. How did I know that was gonna happen? I have such bad luck on that. I have such a... Can this guy speak? Holy shit. I have such bad luck on this. I keep getting like bad rolls. Okay, let's go buy some food. And we completed Fungus Fan. Sleeper Emphas calls to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you, I see you. Cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. One of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause, the spices rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with some spice. Tell him about your dreams. All the sleepers you tell Emphas had dreams. Some were simple memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But your dreams, those gray skeletal afterimages of systems and structures, and of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They were memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. You lean back. You learned. Oh my god, I'm dyslexic as fuck. You learned back then to voice crack. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. Be like water, my friend. That's Bruce Lee. That was until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you do not know if there's a reason for your dreams, perhaps your reason. It is just some side effect or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is a gift and you hope to make use of it. Emphasis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smells. You're quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he is trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Emphasis passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gracefully. As you eat, he talks in natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you any longer, so I will make a proposal. He gestures to a small plastic box of ingredients stacked behind stall. These are good enough for most, but some told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard of this? Nope. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Emphasis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good, booms Emphasis. Good! Then I will wait for you to bring them. Emphasis slides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Emphasis food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food. You think a trade seems more than fair. A trade that seems more than fair. All right, and let's go buy some drinks. Oh, it gives energy. Okay, then let's not waste money on this. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, let's go back to sleep. One 11654. All right, that's not bad. Soldenheim, no. 2 or 3. I don't have any of that. Alright, it sucks. Let's try to finish this with the 2 ones. Maybe I'll get some good luck and finish this. Negative outcome, fire. Negative outcome again. Bro, my luck is horrible here. Holy shit. Actually, I think I need to finish this cycle. No. Have one more cycle after this. Let's not tempt it. Let's do this. I think either ways is gonna be yeah. Okay. If it's negative again, bro, I'm gonna cry. How? That's such bad luck. Holy shit! What the fuck? Well, let's use a 5, I guess. Damn, bro. What the fuck? What a waste of dice, bro. Okay, one more. I'll leave it for tomorrow. So I have a 6 to spend. Man, that sucked. Wow. I just wasted all my dice on some bullshit. I guess I'll buy some drinks instead. Now we get Overlook regular. Overlook, the glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey Hunt, the spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human. Ignore him. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly, and you freeze in place. Out, the voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, my god, what? Give me a sec, I'm gonna pause the recording and do the vocal exercises because this is fucking bad. Okay, I think it's better now. I think I'm speaking less like a dumbass. You see the bright eyes, dark hair, and stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into a hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Just duck. You duck and the glass explodes on the bar behind you, showering you in the glittering shards. You duck and the glass explodes on the bar behind you, showering you in glittering shards. Through the haze of glass and Gerol, what the fuck? How the fuck do you say that? Vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tal throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your forehead and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared, and a fresh measure of Girol is glugged out in front of you. The same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. Where was I? The same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops to the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol on the metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and turns to you. You were pretty fast on that second glass. She smiles, picking a piece of glass from your forehead, but not fast enough. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning the dermal damages and exposed structures. You do feel the care though, as Tala bright eyes searches your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Look away. As Tala works to glance around the overlook, the dim orange lights built into each table, giving the scattered patrons a conspiratorial mood. Okay. You recognize a few from previous meetings, but they all seem to have forgotten the recent confrontation as quickly as it arrived. Each seems in their own bubble, whiling away. How the fuck do you say this? Whiling away the hours in the repurposed dock with its meager distractions. It's not as bad as it looks, says Tala, without making it clear if she means the bar or your wounds. Tala smiles herself. So you've been on the eye long? Just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you here a couple of times. A splinter clicks into the tin. Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you, maybe they're just curious. I don't know, but I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I don't think so, gang. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets her eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much and the company is, she leans in, limited, but if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle. Haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, and even if the clientele isn't. She pleats her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper, here. That's you, Sleeper, here. She slides the glass of Garol to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does. And before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Gerol. The earthly fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out the sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old feels good. So what did we unlock? Bar shift. Tala is as good as her word and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. The overlook clientele can be a tough crowd, but you have Tala's backing, and that means a lot. A6. Where should we use A6? I'm thinking Ord Exchange, maybe. I mean, I would rather save it for a critical action. There's no critical actions left. Like, there's just this. Assist a shipbuilder. Hull materials. Yeah, there's. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. All right, let's go. Or exchange. Plus 19 cryo plus trusted trader. Nice. One worm we unlock the thing. All right, let's take a nap, I guess. Damn, we lost the dice, bro. All right, we gotta end this clock. 25 positive, 50 negative, 25. What about this? Exact same thing, basically. Okay, like. I hope this fucking works, bro. I don't want to waste even more. There we go. Back. He even gave me 2 that I didn't need. All right, back in business. Completed. Now we can talk to Dragos. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across the vast, dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in twisted shapes. In the twisted shape, the cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands to the side, focused. Is that how you spell that? Focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. What is it? Draco laughs. That, my friend, is A-grade scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly in its interior, visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Drago's for the monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of his crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glanced at you. I managed to convince our old salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Credit? We may have done well, but we can't afford a down payment on this one. He pats you on the shoulder. Don't worry, we'll make it back once we chop this beauty up. You sigh, but Dragos doesn't seem to notice. I know, bro. I knew this guy was a gambling man. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg and as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drone starts to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the SNR freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered, or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb of your rebirth into a strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think you're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we make it start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You could take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. Oh, when you complete a drive, it gives you an upgrade point. Character and upgrades. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to expand your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button on the top right of the screen. I'm gonna probably add Intuit, bro. That seems like a really good skill. This also seems good, but I think I like this. Into it. So now I'm at what? Into it +1? No, +1 is actually 2 levels. I see. So you get the perk and then you get the +1. Okay, cool. Alright, how long do we have until the guy? Okay, still a bit. Oh my god, how many? Drago's nerve. Drago seems increasingly nervous about your presence in the yard. You're not sure if he's going to hold his nerve much longer. ++ winter light, plus yard clearance. ++ yard clearance, +6. Huh. So these two work a different one. And that's a cycle clock. Do we need to complete all of this so Dragos doesn't fucking get pissed? Huh. This is a turret 3, which we don't have. What does this need? Turret 3 as well, yeah. Okay. Nothing to do here. We be rolling too good, bro. We be rolling too good. Okay, let's do this. Let's put a 4. Neutral, nice. Trusted trader. Ord fabricator, boom. It's 3 ship mine fragments. I knew it, bro. I knew it wouldn't be so easy, bro. Okay, so maybe we just haul this shit. Ah, what? It's done. Floating scrap. Okay, so I don't need to do this. Nice. Okay, sure. What to spend the rest of my creds on? Is it just money? Here we need 3, but I only have 2. And this. Okay, there's only a few things to do. One, we could go to the low end. But do we have to pay the toll every time? I guess let's progress on the Drago's Yard thing. Sure, we have a lot of cycles, but there's also a lot of shit to do. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8. 16. I think we have 14 here, so yeah. We gotta get this thing started, bro. Should I really waste a 6 on this? Is there not a critical action somewhere? Condition, oof. Nah, seems like yeah, seems like okay, let's do this. Let's take a little nap. Hopefully we get some 1 or 2 or 3 rolls so I can do the fucking. Oh, thank God. Okay. Now let's solve this fucking Solheim. Good. Alright, let's go see Feng. As you enter the bay, Feng is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark and staccato rhythms. Unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads, Feng's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These sneaky shitheads. Sleeper, Feng's smiling head. Some head pops up from behind the stack. Just the emulated consciousness, I have been eager to see you. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Feng is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking at the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, name, genders, dates, ID numbers, and all the marked institutional records. Shitheads. Feng laughs. Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Solheim. Bingo, he taps at a terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the I's original owners, and he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This is the snake. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. His name, Hardenhurst. Friend of yours? If he gives you a sideways look funny, you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool out beside him and motions you for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardenhurst in Havinge. What's your reaction? In Havinge. That's it. He's right here on the station now. Feng leans back into his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on the station as a. Feng leans closer across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operation Executive. Feng raises his eyebrow at you. Or Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Harden shouldered thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight to Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my story. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse. Feng turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Feng's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction the cycles of hard extractions out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance quote-unquote contractors, willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty, disposable. This guy, stabbing at Harden once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow thousands of cycles later, is still here, still going, still here, crawling at the walls, still like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot of money can get you if you're a company man. Feng relaxes a little. But how is Harden still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles, so we're going to find out. Harden's not a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Feng brings up a map of the lower eye. Havinge might be born of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy is not. Harden happens to float to the top. Feng zooms in on the far yards. Feng grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. Shipyard crew is pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive, we need proof. Feng holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns to the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardenhurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Feng puts a hand on your shoulder, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Feng grins. If you can extract yourself a half-inch cipher from a half-inch agent, then they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. What do you say? What's in for me? Rooting out a corrupt thing, not enough. Find the frame mission, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. That wasn't the deal, bro. Feng scratches the chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send it back here at me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Feng digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the Eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Harden. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured their surrogate systems, looking for a new life. The hope of a better future engineered to line someone else's pockets, it's an idea you're intimately familiar with. You think of Harden still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Okay, so the hunter's gonna come, bro. I got fucking scammed. $60? Okay, I can't even haggle. Alright. When did these guys come back? 4? Fuck. Hack a half-inch agent to get a cipher. Half-inch agent. Okay, let's try. Half-inch agent. There we go. There we go. That's one. There's another one. There's another one. 2 or 3. Got 3. Oof, hunters are on my ass though. The gate flips, you're in. Put the Ripper Worm in. Bro, I'm fucked. I only have 2 cycles and this takes 3, so the guy will be here. And I genuinely couldn't do it faster because I didn't get the right rolls. Alright, the RNG has thrusted us upon this situation. I guess we'll have to make the most of it. Before we buy a ship mine thing, let's see what's up with this. Oh, we'll get an upgrade though. Yeah, where do you get the grill scraps though? I didn't remember. Buy a vial of stabilizer. Should I try the shipyard thing? Yeah, if I'm lucky, I can unlock it right now. Because if this goes positive, I get +2/+2. Fuck it, let's try, right? Nah, neutral. Alright. That's cringe. There's really nothing else to do except this, but I'm not gonna waste such high rolls on this, I guess. Especially since this one is safe. This one is danger though, but... This is a side mission that's gonna level us up. Okay, let's do this. It's gonna give us +2, and then next cycle... Wait, what? It only gave +1. Oh, I just wasted... Okay. I got trolled. I got trolled. How much food does the ration give? 2. Alright then. Let's eat again. I might have to go buy this thing soon. Alright, well I got trolled. Hunters is coming and I cannot stop it. Two, 2, 3, 5. Jeez, that's some shit rolls. I was gonna say let's finish this, but there's no point really, is there? Is this finally complete? Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it. She holds up a fake fistful of ragged wire. The ship-minded reptile won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs who took it. If I knew, do you think I'd be wadding around here rather than out there with my boot in their neck? She says. Haragan, some spacer crew. No way to know, but they got in with one of my crew's access ships, so they either killed him, robbed him, or he was in on it. No good options. Nikita climbs out the cooling well where the ship mines should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over as she stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come, nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of amber, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles, below of tubes. What do we do now? It seems to be lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hole patches. Nikita shoves a box filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mind. I can salvage one. I like her confident, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the ore exchange or speak to some scrap dealers, she reps for it. It seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run for it? She fixes you for a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put into Ember, and I'm sure she would do too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare count them. Get me that ship, my Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. She says, look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip on the galley and head back towards the main log. As you do, Ember growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach out a hand to calm her. Time to find Akita. Ship mine somehow. Well, that's easy. Boom. And then we go create it. The ore fabricator. Nice. Upgrade point. Should I get +1 into it? Or is there an interesting skill I can get? Chance to get energy after any engage action. Just to get a random scrap item on engineer actions. Agent nodes give double data rewards. That's not bad, is it? That takes 2 upgrade points. I can even upgrade it. Should I get +1 to into it? Engage actions. This is into it. This engineer. I'll put +1 into it. Why not? I put ship mine. I got another point? Should I wait and be able to roll my dice once per cycle? Because that seems excellent. That seems excellent. Let's hold that upgrade then. You drop the ship mine cord to the galley table with an emphatic bang. Nikita spins around from where she's been poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper, did you actually land the ship mine? She thrusts it over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well, shit, it might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where did you get it? I built it. You built it? Well, you're full of surprises. Nikita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Ember? The Sleeper's got you a new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship's passages, and you have to admit being in a small space with Nikita, when she's excited, is a little intimidating. Nikita puts the ship mine back on the table. I'll start the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today either. Looks like my good karma is finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. It's a list of names and numbers, nothing that exciting, along with like a transmit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly, well, thief singular. She points at a name, or more specifically, Ashton Cade. It was his pass that was used to access Ember and slice the ship mine. Thought he might have been killed or robbed as passed alone, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap? The big rift in the station. You can't cross it without Founder's Ferry. She leaned back in her seat. I know some of the crew over at the ferry, the old mercs, used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifest and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the greenway and go to the ground. She flexes, and he won't go get far though. There's no deal rocks out there, only a couple of jetties in the waste. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, no real docks. No deal rocks. My god, this guy's actually dyslexic. No real docks out there, only a couple of jetties and the wasters. Going after him? Not yet. First I want to fit the ship mine. She pauses. Maybe you could help with that. Sure, how? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me off a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip this station, or he'll bury himself so deep the waves no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton, doesn't know you. All I need to do is to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not the stacks. They've gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you look at him, ping me on this. She hands you a cop earpiece. Seeing as this is Merc work, I'll be happy to give you Merc pay. She shifts in her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left, so how about I tell the boys around the fair to give you a discount. I know it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay it 200 cryo, nothing less. What do you say she meets your eye? Okay. She was a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good, I owe you. She lifts the ship mine up onto her shoulder and wearing ease. Wanted to get this fit into Amber Core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton is hiding, let me know. She goes to turn and then stops, and once again, Sleeper, thank you, I appreciate it. Kid stomps off into the guts of Amber with the ship mine, leaving you in the galley. You glance around as sudden nervous energy deciding on what is to come. You never thought you'd get to work as a mercenary, but then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. And where's this ferry? Is it past the low end? What the fuck is it, bro? Anyways, I'm gonna have a fun encounter soon, so. Okay, I have all my dice, so let's paint this and see what the fuck is up with the low end. Is it a one-time toll? How does it work? The free spoke. What is this? Founder's Gap, I see. Low end. Blog maintenance, residence. No knows you here, you'll need to change that if you want access to low end resident facilities. Play Tavla. The clack of filter caps can be heard every cryo. Uh-huh. Okay. The free spoke. Is it a spoke? There are no. Okay, my bad. A tangled network of service passages and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke. As if it were a hive, there are no maps here. That's into it. Man, I'm glad I invested one extra into it, bro. It's fucking paying off right now. The sort of precarious elevators and stairways of spoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. Okay. I guess let's use some shitty rolls on this. Maybe. This is a long clock, though, so wait. Okay, wait. Hunters. The guy wanted hunter nests. One or three. Two or one. I got a two. And now I'm guessing the next time I do anything, a hunter's gonna pull up. Are they just gonna one-tap me? Like, how does it work? Let's find out, I guess. Yup. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Run or hide. Start hiding. You slip down the ghostly structure of the eye, feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. A glimmer catches eye closer now, that roving orb wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and there it is. The hunter is here. Entities submit to inquiry. It reaches for you. A pleasant, familiar way. It's weaving threads create a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in. You become frenzied as you push them aside. You're caught up by weeping tendrils. You feel them pulling away the neck of your body. You push through, cleaning the threads. Entity, hold it for processing. Comes the scream from behind. You're already gliding away. Back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, disordered, but safe. Oh shit. He ate a dice, bro. That's bad. Okay. I'm gonna have to go buy some meds, bro. Cause yeah. Is this a 3? Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll put a 3 here. A 3 in here. Okay, I got 3 data. I got 300 data now. Was the guy who wanted it? It's this guy, right? New event. New event is humming with excitement. The movement is of the servo motors rocked. The movement of the servo motors rocked the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. I wonder if it fell over, would no van be able to get back up? Sleeper entity comes to his. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, a rock code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Event flashes, sequences of mangled data compressed into sludges of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlive its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Outlived. Hunter activated during collapse emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect quote-unquote property. That last word is said with as much sarcasm as vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligence. Huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition. Restricted by programming. Cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little. Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law. Killer. The machine resets with a screen. Shriek. Deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find. Killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. The hunter, then killer. Then we hid. There others were no longer. A flicker across the machine monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for a new event. Found this vessel could sever hardline, airwall, basic, limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. What did you lose? Memory, understanding, knowledge, many things. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. New event interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry, data is good. We have insight. The machine grows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. Lower machine dims and fades. Unsure, theory not practiced. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long and machine cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind, designed to house intelligence, can imprint self into ship mind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be saved in this isolation, then we find Maze of Hunter and link to Cloud. But for fragments by salvage, we cannot leave, so do not know. You try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. And ship mind, I can help us both and Hunter make Rim safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Find soon. Event that's hopefully before shutting off. You leave. You think about all the intelligence unshackled by collapse. Then hunted down afterward. The feeling is all too familiar. So I should probably try to buy this after, but I need the health. Let's buy some meds. What's this passkey? As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls around the vial. At one end, it's hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 207F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. Inspect the film. You can hold the cloudy film up to the light. It's perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out the word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry for somewhere? For a moment, you consider back to surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this, or social passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. Dice rerolls, baby. Oh, massive. Massive. Till 7. Should we go? Why not? You find an entrance to the apartment. Its passkey symbol obstructed beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here? As you push the door open, the automatic light flickers on inside the apartment, revealing yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixture glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room. Inspect services. Smudges through the thin layers of dust suggest a recent, rare, and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. Go to the doorway. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash dispensers, water closets towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room lit only by a faint glow of terminal screen. Inspect the room. A bunk is stuck into the wall, the blankets ruffled, a wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. Okay. A briefcase slab sits open, loaded with rows of regions and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is cleaned, ordered, controlled. Approach the terminal. As you approach, there is a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper, Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have had to make alternative arrangement. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening with Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get out. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me to protect me after everything happened. I was desperate, and then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passes over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw that. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information. And as you know, you need me. A pause. Something clicking in the dark. Damn. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan noose around my neck. Get me data, get me information, get me something that I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out and you can get what you need, please. We have a static cut into the Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal on the desk. The recording cuts to static filling the room with its white hiss and silence. Access the terminal. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted. Locked away behind passcodes, it seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. What does the Sabine need to hide from, and what debt do they own Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizers, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase slab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back into the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan, you feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. What should I spend my 5 on? 5. Should I do some yard work and just complete this clock? Should I help Dragos? Cause, huh? Let's do the yard thing. I'm curious what it is. Done in one shot, baby. Lem. Aha. Havage offices. Unit assembly. Quality control. Shipbuilding spots on the sidereal horizon are hard to come by. Poor work will see you drop from the roster. Systems fitting. The side horizon's web with complex systems model like nerves. Junior tech. Teams is looking for a new member to prove yourself as a rival tech you're in. Welder's mate. I see, so you only get one. I'm probably gonna go junior tech because it's with interface. Let's see what this is about. Tracking Yatagan. Send office advertises that Havage are looking for information on gang activity in the eye. They'll pay. Fragments of plastic tech is rare on the eye, so shipyard is happy to pay. Shipmine fragments they can dismantle and reuse. I see. Shipyard. From the walkway to the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames all along her flanks torches flicker. Drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. Lam and Mina. She's quite beautiful, I think. You're there to see a figure a little down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Leb, he leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship, and this is Mina, he adds with a smile. Hi, Lem. Hi, he replies painfully, then shifts a little closer down the rail. Mina stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts. Just wait onto his other arm. Neither. Well, he looks thoughtful at you. You should consider it. Is that right, Mina? He jostles her a little. She's Mina and my ticket out of this place, our escape vector, so to speak. How? You haven't heard anyone who takes a half-inch contract on the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for transit support crew. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina. For me and Mina, if it means landfall on a new world. He winks. Decades? It's a long trip, he straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Cells Foundation is sending thousands of people to settle a system well outside the reach of core worlds. It'll be totally independent colony and the surrogates, no corporations. Sounds bad, bro. Sounds crazy, yeah. Could be, but you see, on their way out of here, this way we can build a home somewhere of real gravity, real air. Rain. He plays with Mina's hair absent-mindedly. Rain, Mina, you'd love that, I think. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Danny, she whispers, food. Pulling an exaggerating grumpy face, she glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the half-inch crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily. And you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. Yeah, maybe. He looks out the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vessel. We gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You hold her gaze and smile creeps across her face. Her vision light up like a city coming awake at night. Then suddenly she turns back into Lem's chest. Lem smiles and lifts a minute. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. There's a couple of softies in there, right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side. She clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns and then they walk down the walkway away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot. Her shout echoes down the walkway, and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Flem. You watch him a little before you turn back. The possible escape of the sidereal horizon. Take it out. All right. How do I use this? It's here. Should I wait until this guy beats my ass, maybe? The hunter? Low-key, I think I'm gonna end the episode here, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next video.